Who y'all talking to, man?
What's going on? Sean Luke Card here with AtlantaGotSold.com. We have an exclusive interview with Paper Frank, the man behind Paper Brand Clothing.
Nigga shit is sweet. Nigga creep up on your ass. Live niggas respect it. Check it. I kick flows for ya, kick down doors for ya, even left all my motherfucking hoes for ya. Niggas think Frankie pussy whip, nigga picture that with the Kodak, it's the Mattack, we don't get down like that. Lay my game down quite flat, sweetness when you park that, petiteness but that ass fat. She got a body make a nigga wanna eat that. I'm fucking with you, the bitch official though, dick harder than the missile yo. Try to hit it if she trippin', disappearing like Arsenio. Yo, the bitch push a double O with the 5 in front. Probably a conniving stunt, y'all drive in front. I'ma peel with her, find a deal with her. She fuck around and steal, huh? Then we all get laced. Televisions, Versace heaven. When I'm up in them, the shit she kick, all the shit's legit. She get dick from a player off the New York Knicks.
A lot of you have probably seen some of his pieces here in Atlanta, especially if you're a regular down in Little 5 Points in the new Era store. We got a chance to get a brief shot of some of the pieces that he did yesterday, but now we're actually going to talk to the man behind that brand, and not only the brand, but the artwork itself. So I introduce to you Paper Frank. What's going on, man? How are you?
Chilling. Glad to have you out there.
Appreciate the opportunity. So how long have you been doing some of this artwork?
I just started doing this artwork around October last year. After we made the brand, I started painting, and it started revolving more around the characters and life experiences, so it started becoming more personal, and then people started to fall in love with it, so I just kept going with it.
Right. So what got you interested in art?
I've been drawing since I was about 2. My grandma draws, my uncle draws, and I've just been drawing in school. That's how I would get A's on my work. I would draw pictures on them, or I would draw girls' pictures. That's how I got girls in school, draw their name. And I've been doing it ever since then. So I've been drawing all my life, basically.
Okay, and where are you originally from?
I'm originally from here, Atlanta, Georgia. I just moved around a lot. I lived in Savannah, North Georgia, North Carolina, everywhere, just all over Georgia.
So you would say that your brand is closely associated with Atlanta itself, or the South in general?
Yeah.
So where do you get a lot of your inspiration from? Like, where do you come up with these characters?
I grew up watching a lot of Japanese cartoons, Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter, playing a lot of video games, and I guess that's where I got most of it when it comes to the kind of art I do, I guess, pop art. And that's basically where I got most of my inspiration, cartoons, and Cause, him being an artist that I admire. I got a lot of inspiration from him because he laid the way for artists to do more than just paint, make clothes, toys, everything else. And a lot of people don't acknowledge who paved the way for him, so Cause.
Right. And that's interesting you mentioned that, because a lot of people usually start with one medium and just stick with it.
Yeah.
You described an artist like Cause, not only yourself, not only that, but yourself as well.
Yeah.
Going into, from having just a brain into doing actual artwork.
Yeah.
That does extend the realm of the people who see your work and the people who can appreciate it. But what are some of the accomplishments that you had since you are a fairly new artist?
The success of the new shirt, well, the first shirts we printed, we sold most of them, but we gave most of them away, and I didn't think people would like them as much as they did. Like, every time I wear this down the street, people always say, "Where can I get that shirt?" And I was like, tell them I don't have any more of them.
Right.
That, and then I did a piece at Morehouse, a big graffiti piece. They asked me to come out there for an art festival, and I got to do it on 3 big planks, and like it was 50 to 100 people watching me do that. And then recently my show at New Era, my solo shirt, and that was really an accomplishment right there, because nobody's ever had an art show at New Era, and now people are trying to do it after they see me do it.
So you basically that was the changing of the guard for everybody who was thinking about throwing an event at New Era. Because everybody, we were talking about that the other day, they do mixtape release parties and sneaker stuff. An art show was definitely something that was completely different. How did that go, by the way?
When we set up, I was getting nervous because it was my first show, so I was like, I hope people come. And then slowly, it started at 7, but around 8:30, it just got flooded. Like people I didn't know. So I didn't know how to take it because it was my first show, and I was just ecstatic, like, oh my, all these people here. And people would still try to come because New Era had to close at 10 o'clock. But after that, it was people still knocking on the door like, can we come? It was like, no, it's over now. And then it turned into kind of like a party because the DJ was playing music and everybody was dancing. We had food from J.R. Crickets. It was crazy.
Straight hood.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
That sounds like a great event. You plan on doing anything more, anything else in New Era?
I do want to have another show, and I don't know when I'm going to do it. But I do plan on having something else because New Era was kind of my starting rock. It kind of lifted my career a little bit. I met everybody I know through New Era. New Era was just like the base for me.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. So what else have you planned on doing as far as traveling? I mean, we know we just talked about you coming back from New York. What are some of the other things you plan on doing as far as, I guess, pushing your art and as far as making yourself more known?
I actually have a trip to Japan next Friday. I'll be there for about 2 weeks.
Wow.
And I'm trying to visit all the galleries. I'm gonna have a book with my artwork so I can show them my art. And it's like pushing it like mixtapes, I guess. Like I just gotta show it in people's face and get to I'm gonna find the right person.
Right.
And all this exposure should help. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing great so far.
You definitely are. Like a lot of the work that you've done is beyond most artists who I've seen doing things for years. Like you come up in high school, everybody sort of has that one kid who's drawing. And he usually graduates and does the other things with his art. But for you to say that you started maybe like a year ago and to push it and have your own art show a year later, that's faster than any process I've seen in any sort of field. And the art is good. It's not just run of the mill sketches and drawings. You're doing full-fledged paintings on canvas. And that's real commendable. So what are some of the things that you plan on doing as far as we talked about the clothing line, we talked about the actual gallery work, the pieces we plan on putting up. What else have you planned on doing?
I want to get more into the clothing line. I want to release more shirts. And so I guess with the popularity of me being an artist, it will bring more attention to our clothing line. That's kind of the route I'm trying to take.
Right.
Because I want it to be like, people know me as for my artwork, but then they see the shirts and like, oh, that's Paper Frank. So it's all coming to one center.
Okay.
So yeah, trying to get the shirts out. And I want to do a toy. I feel like the work we do is centered around toys. I feel like we could get a figurine. I want to do that within the next 2 years.
That seems feasible. That seems completely feasible. So you talked about pushing the line more, the t-shirt line. How do you think your line will have an effect on streetwear? Like what effect would you want it to have on streetwear culture, especially here in Atlanta?
I see a lot of streetwear now. It's more certain brands, they try to come and their designs are not original most of the time. It's like it's either a straight text, which is like, you got to catch my eye with that,
right? Or
it's like some image that's taken from somewhere else. Like it's not like Obey where he takes the image and recreates it. It's like an image like they just took and put it on a shirt. I'm like, what's this like originality behind that? So I want to do a series where I would take pictures of the paintings I painted and put them on a shirt. Or I will paint a painting and I will digitize it. I will put it on the computer and digitize it from the painting instead of doing a little Wacom tablet or sketching it up. I would take it straight from the painting and put it on the shirt.
That works. So let's talk some about your art. You talked about the process you used, and but let's talk about the characters. What are the characters that are found usually in your pieces? You have
Damien, the little black character you always see with the afro. He is just a little kid. He came about, me and Jesse, we were trying to create a character for the line. It was like, we started sketching, we sketched this little kid who had little white eyes, had a fro. And he developed over the months into this little 7-year-old kid named Damien. And he has problems. I created the bunny on my own, because it was like, we've been through so much in our lives. It's like, I feel like he needed some other character right there. So I turned the bunny rabbit. The bunny rabbit is Damien. It's like his alter ego. And every time, all the bad things that happen to you are centered into this character name. He really doesn't have a name. He's just there.
Right.
And just every time something bad happens, it's the bunny rabbit. It's like kind of Fight Club scenario.
Right.
Only he can see him, but nobody else can.
Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
So what are some of the visions you have as far as the art is concerned? Like, where do you see Damien and his alter ego going?
It's kind of like a circle, you would say. Like, it's just always gonna be this eternal struggle. I mean, it's gonna be one win for the rabbit, one win for him. It's like every day is something different. Like, I might win against what I'm struggling against, or it might get the best of me.
Right.
It's just like, it's always ongoing. Nobody ever totally wins in life. It's just, you know. Are all of your pieces based on, like, is this art imitating life? It's basically, it's like however I'm feeling at that moment is what I'm painting. Like, this painting right here, it's called Knockout. And it was a day I felt like, oh my God, everything is like making me mad. I'm not winning, and I just got knocked out. Right. Like, why would this happen to me? You would think when you see this painting, why is this little kid getting knocked out? Right. It's like, that's just life. Like, you can't help it sometimes. So the development of this character, like, is he purely based on like things you've been through? Because as we look at, like, when we see other paint pieces, and you start to expand, I guess, your exhibits and the things you plan on doing with just the art itself, how much more do you see, like, the characters building? Do you see other characters coming in? Yeah, actually, I wanted to we have another character, I guess I could tell y'all. Her name is Jessica. It's a little Hispanic girl. And it's a girl that Damien likes. Right. So that's going to be like the perspective of lust and sex and all that stuff. Right. But it's going to be, it won't be like crude. It's like when you see it, you're like, oh, I get it. This is a little Hispanic girl and she has a bang. You'll see more of her soon. Right. That's crazy. Only here. LeonardGotSoul.com. But how do people get in contact with you? I mean, we got in contact with you. I think we met in the New Era store a couple of times, and Vince knows you. You got Twitter at PaperATL. Then you go to my website, simplestpaper.com. It's a little button on the side that says artwork, and it goes straight to my Tumblr, which shows all my artwork, my info, if you need to contact me, all that stuff. My website or my Twitter. Twitter is the fastest way to get to me, so it's at PaperATL, because I'm always on Twitter on my phone. Well, we appreciate the time out. Anything else you want to share with the people? I have a show. It's called Super Pop. It's at WM Turner Gallery. August 5th. I will be in there with 2 pieces. Okay. Well, alright, man. This has been AtlantaGotSoul.com. I am Sean Luke Picard, and you have just witnessed Paper ATL, the paper frame. Appreciate it, man. Alright.